Letting go is not graceful. It doesn't begin with freedom. It begins with shaking hands and a mind that already knows but keeps checking anyway. We call it love, but it's chemistry. The body's still waiting for the next hit, the next message, the next maybe, the next almost that might soften the ache. Not because you believe in the future, but because the present feels unbearable without the surge. Oxytocin says stay, cortisol says run, dopamine says just one more. And every part of you believes it will be the last time. You tell yourself, I already know this, I see it clearly. And still, your hand reaches the phone, not because you want them back, but because the body wants relief. You don't miss the person, you miss the moment right before the pain stops. The almost, the pause, the possibility that keeps the nervous system suspended. You open the phone, you close it, you open it again. You don't write, you don't send, you just stare at the space where something could happen. This is not romance, this is withdrawal. It doesn't feel dramatic, it feels repetitive, flat, endless. Morning comes, you function, you eat, you answer emails, you say you're fine. And underneath, the body waits for the next hit, for the next sign, for the next collapse that will finally quiet the craving. Some days you're strong, some days you're empty, some days you almost forget. And then, without warning, a song, a smell, a silence. And the loop starts again. That's not weakness, that's conditioning. The brain learned to confuse intensity with connection, uncertainty with meaning, almost with love. And knowing this doesn't stop it. Because understanding doesn't end addiction. Time does. In the lab, they call it reconsolidation. Each time you remember, the memory doesn't fade, it updates. The brain reopens the file again and again, trying to finish a story that never gave it an ending. So it returns, not to the person, to the sensation, the surge, the tension, the moment right before hope collapses. The body already knows the truth. It tightens, it flinches from touch, it stops resting deeply. But the mind keeps negotiating. Maybe this time will be different. Maybe I just need clarity. Maybe I need one last confirmation. This is not denial, this is survival behavior. The nervous system prefers familiar pain over unfamiliar emptiness. Letting go doesn't arrive as courage, it arrives as fatigue. Not the dramatic kind, the dull one, the kind that makes even hope feel heavy. You stop explaining, not because you healed, but because there's no energy left to convince. You stop rehearsing conversations that never changed anything. Some days you still circle, some nights you still check. But the body no longer spikes the same way. The hit doesn't land. That's not freedom yet. That's tolerance breaking down. Exhaustion is often the beginning of freedom. Release is not a decision, it's a biological process. Each time you don't reach out, nothing dramatic happens. And that's the point. No relief, no collapse, no reward. The brain waits, the body braces. And slowly, the wave doesn't come. This is how pathways weaken, not through insight, through boredom. Freedom grows in moments so small they almost feel like nothing. Every calm moment is a rewired neuron. When the loop finally loosens, there is silence. Not peace, silence. It feels wrong, too wide, unprotected. The body panics. It looks for something, anything, to lean against. Let it shake, let it ache, let it misfire. This is detox, not from them. From the version of you who needed intensity to feel real. Detox is where the soul learns neutrality. Love doesn't disappear, it metabolizes. The same chemistry that once bound you can rewire into steadiness. Not by force, by starvation of illusion. Closure doesn't arrive as a conversation, it arrives as recognition. The moment you realize you've been standing outside the loop for a while already. And this is where something shifts. Not hope, not another possibility, not a softer version of the same story. This is where I stop bargaining. I no longer trade truth for hope. I choose the quiet that is real over the promise that keeps me circling. So if you're still circling, there is nothing wrong with you. You are not indecisive, you are not weak. You are withdrawing from something that once kept you alive. Stay. Let the boredom do its work. Let the quiet rewire you. And one day, you won't feel free. You'll just stop going back. You are free.